one thing about it, before this year, they gonna know about us for real.
Facts.
Major way.
Yeah, man. The city's still beautiful as you left, man.
Crazy, bro. It's the best ride coming into the city right here.
Yeah.
And also the worst one when you go back that way.
We gotta go. You gotta get about.
Yeah, bro. They don't understand, bro. They gotta see it for themselves. That's crazy how you look at a beautiful city like this and people will find a trash video on the internet and dissect this whole city.
It's wild.
Yeah, based off that one little video. Whoa, what's up? It's your boy King LJ, and I'm back in 2024. So this is my daily routine. I gotta start the day with a nice little workout. Health is wealth, right? So I gotta get it in. If I don't do it for anybody, I gotta do this for myself. They say, LJ, why you travel to Colombia? Man, those women just ain't working. You can find a good woman in the States. Man, look here. All you thinking about is a woman, you don't have your mind right. If you don't have your mind right, you ain't gonna have your money right. So at the end of the day, you gotta do what make you happy. You gotta do what you love doing. Don't worry about the haters. They gonna hate anyway. So let them do their thing. Say, LJ, Colombia is dangerous and you still travel there? Guys are getting drugged. Guys are getting robbed. Well, man, look here. I guess I'm a different type of guy. I've been traveling to Colombia for over 4 years now. Let's just say 5, and I haven't encountered those type of problems. So I guess they have a lot to do with the way you move. I don't know. Those guys tell stories and they never tell the whole story, so I ain't buying it. I'ma just keep doing what I do. Y'all do what y'all do. And if you live in fear, then you will never accomplish anything great in this world, man. You will never accomplish anything great in your life. But if you're traveling to Colombia and you don't know how to move, if you coming to Cartagena, man, hook up with me and my boy Hassan. We got the 2024 travel guide to Cartagena, and it's loaded with information. We're going to be doing collaboration content. We're going to be doing podcasts. We're going to take it to the barrio. We're going to take it to the beach. We're going to take it to other cities in Colombia, man. We just going to live it up and give you guys good content. And that's what it's all about, man. So the fear mongers, put them to the side and y'all pick up on good content creators, man, because we putting our all into this and we want to bring you boys positivity. We want to bring you good information and everything in that nature, man. The end of 2023 was rough for me, man, so it's important that I come to a place like this to clear my mind, get some spiritual healing. I talk to my boy Haas every day. He say, LJ, keep your head up. Things gonna get better, man. Just make it back to Cartagena. As soon as you step off the plane, man, your energy just gonna rise, man. And when I stepped off the plane, it did just that. So I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be back, and I'm gonna bring you boys the best content. Yo, what's going on? It's your boy LJ. I'm back to making content. It's been a chain of events that took place, some good, some bad, but that's life. That comes with it. So the only thing you can do is keep moving forward. But I'm here now, baby, so let's get it. So there's been a change of plans, as you guys know. Me and my Colombian fiance was planning to move to the United States. She was gonna come on a K1 visa so we could get married. So that has changed. I'm gonna discuss those details in this video. But first and foremost, man, I wanna thank my boy Hassan for scooping me up from the airport. That was love, baby, appreciate you. I wanna talk about my new journey, well, our new journey. So me and my Colombian fiance, we're still together. I know a lot of guys say they haven't seen her in a while and they wanted to know if we were still together. So the answer is yes, we're still together. The K1 visa is terminated. We're gonna stay here in Cartagena, Colombia. We got an apartment here. We just secured our first apartment, signed a 12-month lease. We're gonna be setting up shop here in Cartagena. I'm about to head out now. About to head to my boy Hassan crib. We about to hit the studio. We both working on projects, and as you guys know, we did a couple of podcasts together. So we're going to be bringing you guys more podcasts. So stay tuned into those. Subscribe to his channel because most of them going to be posted on his channel, and we're going to do some collaboration work together. Bring you guys awesome videos in Colombia, not just Cartagena, but this is base. This is home now. So you guys stay tuned in. I'm about to head over to his crib now. Okay, I know y'all haven't seen her in the last few videos, so some guys had a question. Oh, what's going on with your fiance? What's going on? Are y'all still together? I hope your relationship is okay. Here she goes right here. Just arrived at the crib. Freddie here, the boss, LF. Trying to see what my boy Hassan working on.
The athlete for the earnings.
There you
That's what all dreams is.
You working, bro?
This
Are you in the meeting? Bro, you already know the studio.
You know what I mean?
Freddie working, I'm working.
Yeah.
We all working.
Man, you gotta watch.
Time to get it.
You gotta watch what we just made. You know, we making.
Oh, y'all just made something?
Yeah. Well, we just did this intro to this trailer. I did the trailer over the weekend. But I needed to do the intro, so I used. So Freddie had did his video or whatever. I was like, how did you do that? Like when the intro to his video, because I've been trying to find like a place where I can like, you know what I'm saying, where it looks dope.
Yeah.
But I didn't want like this background.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? Like his video was like that, right? So I was like, how did you do that? So he showed me. So I did it for my intro to this trailer or whatever, and I'm finishing the cut. I want you to watch it and see.
Okay.
You know
all right. Shit, it's time to get the
Freddie
work.
said it looked like a movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's how it's supposed to be. Yeah, man, in the studio right now. About to get unpacked. Unpack my equipment and get straight to work. Let's get it. We're here at the All Dreams headquarters. Got my boy Hassan helping me get set up right now. Yeah, that should be dope, bro. Alright, I'm gonna check that out. Alright, y'all, finally set up at the All Dream headquarters. Happy to be back over here, happy to be in Cartagena. But I want to talk about why my journey changed from the K-1 visa, getting married to my Colombian fiance in the United States, to living here in Cartagena, Colombia. So it was a difficult decision to make. And like I said, she wanted to meet my family and be able to get to know them. But our initial plans wasn't to live in the United States long term. It was mainly just to get married there, spend a little time there, and I finish up doing what I had to do with my work pretty much. And that time there will give her time to spend with my family, to get to know them, for us to do a little traveling in the United States. But the reason you guys didn't see my face in content the past few months or so, or whatnot, the past couple of months, is because I was faced with a situation. I'll give more details later because it's a legal situation that's going on right now. So I don't want to put too much information out there, but from this situation, it showed me a lot about the country we live in, the United States. I really don't want to continue living in that country anymore. I figured, why bring her there? And I have no more desire to live there anymore. So moving forward in the future, I thought it would be a better decision to go ahead and just skip A and go straight to B. Colombia is where I plan to live. For how long, I don't really know. So I didn't think it was a wise decision to continue on with the process if we didn't initially intend to be there for a long period of time. It would have been good for her so she could have met my family and we could have did a little touring in the country. And we still can do that. So the route we're gonna take is get married here in Colombia and move forward with life. And moved past the United States, I just had a complete change of heart about spending more time than necessary than I need to in the United States. And so I know some guys may say, oh, you know, maybe it's something you saw in her, you didn't trust her. Nah, it didn't have anything to do with trust because that's my girl. I want to marry her, of course I trust her. So why not just move forward with things and go a different route? So after marriage, I told her we could file for a visitor visa for her, and so that'll be a better option. That way she can travel and go in and out the country as she please if her documentation is correct. So I'm gonna help out with that. With the K-1 visa, and this is what I had found out down the line, and I really wasn't too sure about it in the beginning, but after thinking about it for a while, I made my decision. So once she entered the United States on that K-1 visa, she's not allowed to leave the country. That visa is a one-time entry deal, and so with her not knowing when she'll be able to leave the country, she can leave, but it would be down the line after she established residency. So residency comes after marriage, documentation has to be filed, and it's like another process all over again because you have to submit documentations, they have to investigate, and they have to get back with you. And this could take 2 years or so after marriage before she get residency, which is a 2-year conditional green card. Once she received that, then she could leave in and out the country as she want to. But before she established residency, she's not allowed to leave. Now, after she submit the documents, well, we submit the documents to establish her residency, she could leave, but she would have to request permission from the country to leave the country. But it would pretty much have to be along the basis of an emergency situation that she may have back in Colombia with her family. Then they may give her the green light or they may deny her request. And so that would have slowed me down a lot because I love to be here in Colombia. Yes, there's other countries I could travel to, but I have no desire to really do that right now. That's on my list, but my priority is getting myself established here. So once I do that, then I would like to move around to other countries. And like I said earlier, we just locked in on a 12-month lease, so I'm happy about that. And that's a step forward in the right directions. And so I think this is going to be a real good journey, man, because I could really connect with my content more and I could give you guys the best content that I want to deliver. And so I'm hoping you guys stick around for that. And we're going to turn it up, man. Like I said, me and my boy Hassan, we got some stuff we're working on over here, out in the city, or whatever may come. Like, we have no script. We just going day by day, you know what I'm saying? But that's just life, man. Nothing is perfect in life. You know, you may encounter some problems. You may have a change of heart about things, but nothing is wrong with that. The only thing you could do is find a solution, keep it moving forward, and just make the best of your situation. And so that's what I did. So me and my girl, it took us a little while to come to this conclusion because she really wanted to come here, and she didn't take it in a good way up front because she didn't understand. And as a man, your job is to explain things to your woman until she understands the whole picture, not half the picture. And the reason she didn't quite understand in the beginning because she was starting to feel like I sold her a dream. And so I had to explain every little detail to her, and the situation that happened to me, she understood that, but she had to understand where I was coming from in the inside, you know, not looking on the outside. And so it's kind of hard to explain your feelings about things to a woman from a different country who speak a different language from you, is because they don't see things the same way you do. So I had to explain it to her like this. My fiance wants to have a career. If she entered the United States, she would not be able to work or do anything to have any sort of career until she established residency. And she also has to learn the language to be able to have a career in the United States. So she really loved the idea that if we stay here, she could have a career here, I could have my career going, and it's better for the household as opposed to just depending on one income. And that's how she is. She feel like she needs to be doing something. She needs to be active. She needs to be a team player. And so the only way she could be a team player and be active is if she have her career going. And I'm totally for that, you know? I'm totally for that. And so like I said, once we talked about everything from top to bottom, all the dots were connected. She was able to understand everything completely. I'm promising her marriage. I committed to her. And the worst thing you want to do is come back and say, oh, no, we ain't doing this no more. You know, it's kind of like a slap in the face. It's kind of like, are you sure you want to get married? Are you sure you want to do this? And so, you know, she don't know my lifestyle back in my country. So I had to explain a lot of things to her and just connect all the dots so she's able to understand everything. So once I did that, she understood the situation completely, and she agreed, like, yeah, if we don't have any desire to live in the States, then why invest more money into that country when we could start investing here and I could work more and doing the things that I love as opposed to things that I have to do or forced to do, you know. So that's just a start. But I'm happy about this new journey because it gives us the opportunity to connect more and really understand each other more. And that's major, especially if you want to have a girlfriend or a friend or even a wife in a country like Colombia. Understanding each other is a major thing. And one of the guys in my comments asked a question. He was like, man, I've been traveling to Colombia for a while and I feel like I don't really understand these women. And the only thing I gotta say about that is it takes a while to understand them because they don't understand the place that we come from. All they have in their mind is a fairy tale, false reality, things like that. Because the only thing they really know is what they see on TV, what they see on social media. They see all the glitz and glams, and they don't think we could relate to the struggle. They don't think we know what it is to struggle. They just think we got it made, you know, we was spoon-fed, we was given everything. They don't know what we had to go through to get what we need. They don't know the hard work we had to put in, the blood, sweat, and tears, you know, depression, mental illness, things like that, poor, homeless. They don't really know about things like that. So if you're not filling them in on information like that, they would never, ever understand. So you're not gonna make a solid connection with them until you pass over that information to them, explain to them how things are in your life, in your country, and etc. So once that happens, then you're able to make a better connection. And so that's why I feel a whole lot better being here so she could know how I am on a daily routine, you know, so she could see the amount of work I put in with the things that I'm attached to, the things I have a passion for, and things like that. And that's real important for our relationship because that's going to create a stronger bond. All right, I know a lot of guys have questions about how things are going in Cartagena, moving forward with the new laws and stuff like that. Only thing I gotta say is it don't bother me because I could care less. Because I'm not really partaking in things like that. I'm 39 years old. The partying and the clubbing, that's beyond me. I'm not saying that every now and then I don't step out with my peoples to have a drink or celebrate a birthday or whatever. Things like that, that's cool, but I could care less what's going on behind the wall city. If it's not about a restaurant or just simply out enjoying the city, walking around, just feeling a nice little breeze coming off the ocean, man, I could care less. So I want to talk about the process with getting an apartment here. Some of you guys may want this information, so here it go. It's very difficult to get things accomplished in Colombia, especially from a business standpoint, because Colombians, they take care of business differently. And I mean, it's just their way of doing things. You know, it's not a bad thing to them, but to us, being on the outside, it could be a bad thing for us because we like things to happen fast, and things just don't happen fast here. And your contacts have to be right. You have to be in contact with the right person because everybody don't want to do business with a foreigner, so they'll make the process more difficult than it should be instead of just saying, hey, I don't want to do business with you, or just saying no, just simply saying no up front. They're not going to do that. They'll pretty much drag you along through the process, and then one day they just may mysteriously stop contacting you. So that process has taken over a year. You know, we started looking just to kind of feel the situation out and seeing what we may find. And if something good came along, we'll just hop on it and still do our thing. But I end up getting in contact with the right person, and from there, everything went smoothly. I just had to have my proper documentations. I had to show bank statements so they could see that I made enough money to pay for the apartment. And they have this thing here where you could do a minimum of 6 months or a year lease. So if the owner of the apartment don't trust you, they're gonna make you pay that whole lease up front as a deposit. That way, if anything happens, they'll have their money and you don't just run back to your country and leave them in a bad situation. So they like to secure that. So you have to build relationships, you have to build trust in order for things to happen. And it really helped having my girl a part of the equation is because she's a local, she's from here, and they could hold her accountable for the complete situation. So that thing saved me a lot, you know, that part saved me a lot. So I just wanted to put that information out there. And if you guys have expectations of finding a place here, just know it's gonna be a hassle, but you have to stay along for the long run. That's the only way you're gonna accomplish anything. If you give up early, you're not gonna get what you want. So just be patient